Good morning, YouTubers. This is Justin here, and it is February the 14th, and I get the pleasure of doing a video for Lee in Wisconsin. And Lee has put his deposit down on this 2000 mini cab 4x4 5-speed with high and low with a whopping 29,000 miles. I do see the antenna there is bent, and that's what happens if you leave them out. And there's a dent here and some pebble pecks there. Excuse me, a pebble peck there. And around the windshield here, man, this thing is shiny. And also, if you want it to really shine, wax it and polish it. Or whichever one you would like. Good, clear headlights. The front bumper there, I do see some scuffs and some pebble pecks on the front bumper. Very few, actually. Here is a drop of paint or something, and I'm sure you could work hard and get that off if you wanted to. And there's some back there towards the back too, but no dents whatsoever in this fender, and plenty of room. That added room there. And this door here is in great shape. We do have a small seat tear here. Here's your jack. Here is your emergency brake. Your four-wheel drive and your high and lows here, and your manual here. Good looking dash. Everything looks great in there, firewall and all. And this door pillar here, no rust. Excellent. This bedside here, I do see a little nick there, and that's where that is just somebody dropped it, flung it down. And no dents here in the side till you get to the rear here, where somebody is probably backed into something, or somebody might have backed into this or hit this on that roll there. This side of the bed here here's a hole. Somebody probably had a toolbox mounted there, so they're already pre-drilled for you. The bed here, there's no rust. There's a little surface rust or nicks and scratches, putting stuff in and out as went down to the metal here. And here is some paint, like on the fender there. This bedside here is dent free. We do have a scuff there and some more paint there. And this side of the bed here, we got a dent there. All right. The door here, we have a dent and another little dent there. Real small dents. The exhaust looks good underneath the truck here. That is just dirt there from coming up the driveway. It's a very muddy, very filthy. We're about 2 miles off the road, and I actually had to take a rag before I did this video and wipe the whole truck off, where it just flung mud up. I know Lee didn't want to see the mud, so you can see that dent there a little bit better at this angle. And there's a little touch up on this very side of the bumper. You can see that. Now I'm going to just do a slow walk around. Excuse me. All right, the fun part begins. We're going to do a test drive, and both the door panels look great. The passenger seat, I don't believe it's been set in. And look at all this space in here. A lot of room, storage, a lot of compartments in here, and your high and low. All right, so, and your emergency brake is down here. All right, we're in first. Ooh, we started spinning. Second, third, fourth, 80 kilometers, fifth, 85, 90 kilometers, actually right turn signal, left turn signal, and I give these trucks more than any customer should, and I feel like that's how I would want it, Lee, like to ensuring, you know, pushing it to its max, sort of, to make sure there's nothing wrong, and if something's going to go wrong, it goes with me before the truck gets in your hands, and we can adjust it or fix anything that needs to be. But at this point, it's done been, you know, fully serviced, inspected, everything, driven, so we're pretty certain nothing will happen. But if it does, we would make it right. And handles very well. Now I'm gonna back in here. Gotta come to a stop before you put it in reverse. Now back down into here, or actually slide down here. I'm mashing the brakes and I'm sliding. Whoa. One of these days I'm gonna back off in the hole down here. That'll be a funny video. So, 4-wheel drive, that's how you do it. And then you push this forward to low. Okay, we're in first gear now in low range. And I'm not touching the gas. I'm just letting it creep out here. That's sort of your creeper gear. Very, very low. And keep in mind, you've got 1 through 5 in this truck of that, and 1 through 5 in high gear. So for instance, we can go first, second, third, and you see here, fourth there, we're aiming up to 20 kilometers. And that is the low range there now. So the more gears, the better. For whatever you're gonna do, the purpose for certain people, for sure. Okay, now we're in first gear. Man, this thing is peppy. I was spinning second, third, fourth, now we're going into fifth. We are up to 80 kilometers in fifth gear, and we're going to slow way down and put this truck in a bind and see, make sure it's running to its full potential. Make sure there's no clutch issues, no issues with the truck at all. It means it would be firing off of, and I went a little lower than I wanted to. Not paying attention, trying to keep my train of thought. But we're instantly picking up speed. We went down to right at a little below 20 kilometers. No problem. This truck's very peppy, picked the speed right up. And this is making sure, you know, the motor is to full function. It will not pull this hill if it's got a miss or you've got a clutch problem or any issue. It just will not do that like that. So this truck passed the test times 10. It just went above and beyond. This truck's got the right gear ratio and everything. Very, very good truck here, Lee. We do appreciate your business. Thank you very much. And I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day.